Lana Scott, welcome back to the Tribal Lighthouse, guys. So this is a reading for the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sag. And they haven't really given me no direction. So I am just going to, I've pulled some runes. I've got most of my decks out here. I'm going to pull some main energy. And I also have my Work Your Light deck right here. And I also have I got all my decks out here. Okay. And I'm just going to see where they lead us, where they want us to go. I've already had my ears go off. Whenever I say that, guys, what I mean by that is that I've got the ear ringing, and one of my guides has come in and given me some kind of a message, or has maybe told me what they want me to talk about, or whatever the case may be. Whenever I talk about my ears going off, okay, just in case nobody, because I've got some newer people here, and I just want y'all to understand whenever I say that. So first I pulled the runes, and I asked, what about the fire signs? Just give me some general energy about going on. And first of all, we've got a Laguz, which is a rune meaning flow. It's also a feminine rune, so you could be a female, or you could be having a female in your life, or things could just be flowing along the way they're supposed to. We've got relief from need, which means you've gotten relief from distress, okay, after a time of being still, okay, with inner stillness, but also maybe with some kind of stressful situation has just passed, and you've got flow back in now. And then we've got completion of new beginnings. So maybe you've completed some project, or you've gone through some kind of a portal. Sometimes I see this as a portal. Today it's feeling like it's a completion of a beginning with going through and having a new beginning. Okay. And then we've got success. Sowilu is the rune of the sun. It means success. It means wholeness. Maybe something coming to light for you that has led to some kind of new birth. Okay, maybe a new aspect of your personality that you didn't see before, or a new project started, or something in your family going on, because it's also a feminine rune and means family. Okay, and then we've got Thurius, which is a gateway. So it feels like this is something very positive that you're on the other side of, and you're being protected by your guides. Okay, and then we've got joy at the end of the rune reading. With whatever's going on, you have come through it just fine, and they want you to know that. Okay, so I'm going to pull a couple of cards from the Enchanted Map deck to give me a little bit more about maybe what your next part of your journey is going to be. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, for the Aries, Leo, Sag. How do you want to receive? 3. Sometimes they tell me 2. Sometimes they tell me 3. It just always depends. Okay, so on the bottom we've got Ghostlands. So right off the bat, this feels like something that you've just let go of. Okay, maybe you've gone back into a memory or something like that. All right, and or maybe you've even examined something in the past, and you realize you've come through it. 7 + 1 is 8. I always do the numbers on these cards for some reason. But anyway, so this is an 8 card. So this is almost completing a cycle. So maybe something you've let go of in the past. Okay, and now you've got movement again. Okay, so whatever this is that you're moving away from, I feel like something better in the future is going to give you more joy. So maybe you've got a new, maybe you've prayed for something, or maybe you've had maybe you've actually physically moved from one place to another. Okay, whatever it was, I feel like this is something that was big. Okay, because if you look at this card, and we may also have some actual travel here, because there's a flying air balloon in there. There's also a oh gosh, what do they call those? Windmills that this feels like some kind of time has passed a little bit between this, something that you've let go of from the past. And then we've got magic prayer, and it feels like there's some kind of psychic energy that has, or even one of your guides has come in and given you information and helped you to understand something, overcome something. It feels like something that you're feeling more settled Does that make sense? It feels like whatever it is that's now coming in, you're going to be much happier with it. And maybe it's even something you've prayed for. Maybe it's something that feels more like home, because then we have the home card next. And again, this card again has a clock on it. So I feel like a little bit of time passes through this. Okay? Take that how that feels to you. It's not going to be the same for everybody. Different. 3 people can witness a car accident, right? And 3 different people give you 3 different stories, okay? So it's going to be different for everybody, okay? And then this is a 10 card. This is a 5 card, and then a 9 card. So this feels like this is definitely a process that somebody's going through. And you are listening to your intuition. And I feel like you're coming away from this with some wisdom, because we have an owl here, and owls need wisdom. So maybe during in the night when you're sleeping, your guides are coming in and talking to you. And you're making a lot of sense out of something you've learned, and it feels like you come away from something with a bigger knowledge, bigger wisdom of what's going on for you, that you just went through in some kind of sort of way, that now you can look at it without all the emotions. And you can look at it and say, okay, that wasn't meant for me, or that somehow changed me, and you're okay with everything that's going on as you go into the future, and you're just looking at this dispassionately, I feel like, okay? And the next thing we have is, we have wide open, okay? And this card always speaks to me of huge transformation, waiting patiently for the universe to open up for you again, because you see on one side of this card, it's like there's a little bit of light, but then on the other side of her, she's now waiting for all this, for everything to come in and be settled, right? She's got a new foundation underneath her, and it just feels like that now she's kind of she's waiting to see what's going to come in next for her, okay? Does that make sense? Or him, okay? And then we've got the commitment card, and this feels like today this is telling me about that now, that no matter what comes, even if you don't know what it is, you're fully committed to having something better, something that's going to give you more hope, more happiness than what it did before, and you're committed to waiting the full amount of time it takes for that dream or that new thing to fully reveal itself to you. Does that make sense? Okay. And then we've got the coming apart card. And this card, if you notice, like right here, her eyes are closed. Here, her eyes have been, the blindfolds off. And you've got all this little information trickling in here. And it feels like in some sort of way, again, that you've come to yourself, and that you're no longer, you're waiting for the universe to bring more different. Feels like you're waiting to see again what the next thing is, and you're willing to wait patiently for it. And whatever it was that you've let go of or you've had here in the past, it's no longer going to affect the way you're thinking, the way you are wanting to proceed. Okay. Let me pull a couple of cards on the native spirit here. Actually, I don't even do that. I'm going to pull a couple of, what's the main energy that going into the future, what is the main energy that is going to help whoever this reading is for? What major energy can they look forward to that's going to help them in the future? That's either going to make them feel better, help them know what the right way to go is, or whatever comes in for them that they'll be able to see it, or have that knowingness inside. Let me see what we get here, guys. 4. All right. Wow. Okay. So on the bottom, guys, we've got freedom. Okay. So whatever it is that you're releasing and walking away in the future, you're going to have more freedom. Okay. You're going to have, this is from the 1963 I Have a Dream speech from Martin Luther King, when he did that big, huge speech about wanting everybody to have the freedom to come and go, and to not be held back because of race, religion, or any of that stuff, right? And it's going to take courage to do this, okay? It's going to give you a lot of newfound courage going into the future. This is Vikings in the New World. When these guys traveled from one end of the universe to the other, right? One country to another, they faced all kinds of things on the open waters, right? In their boats. even though they didn't know what they were going to find, but they were fully prepared to get a new life, right? So this feels like something maybe you've even fought for, okay? That you're bound and determined that you'll cross any stormy sea, any kind of bad weather that comes your way. You've now got, maybe you didn't even have some courage before, but now you've got some, because you know from that courage, from the freedom's going to come some courage. And then we've got the peace card, and this is St. Francis of Assisi, Italy. Guys, I love this card. He's got this little blue bird on his hand, right? And he's got his aura, he's got his halo around him, right? So whatever this is going to bring you a lot of peace. Whatever this new going into the future, whatever this newness that brings you, it's also going to bring you tremendous amount of growth. You're not going to be the same person that you were in the past, okay? It's going to bring you a lot of growth and being a better person because of it. Let me see. Work your light, Oracle. How might these Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, how might they work their energy to get the best outcome possible for themselves? What other information do you want to tell them? Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, passed on loved ones. Of any Aries, Leo, Sagittarius you want to get a message to? And I heard that clear as day just once. Okay. So on the bottom, guys, I got this earlier too. Keepers of the earth. Okay, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand behind you. And guys, I've been getting a lot of that. I don't know if any other readers have been, but I've been getting a lot of ancestors and other okay, it feels like the veil between the worlds is so thin that sometimes we can almost literally hear them speaking to us. Does that make sense? I don't know if anyone else has been going through that, but I've been getting a lot of intuitive hits on the wind, just coming outside in nature, and it just feels like things have shifted, and I come sit out here in the meadow, and sometimes it just feels like my whole family's out there from the past. Does that make sense? So this is for somebody that they're letting you know that they're with you, okay? And you are going through an initiation, a rite of passage, crossing some kind of a threshold, whether it's in your mind or in a physical dwelling place, okay? It's coming in like a lightning bolt, all right? And bringing you these new, everywhere you've traveled, you've learned something, okay? There's also a snake here. Snake is fertility. I love that on this card. It seems like, even though I sometimes see this as the mind and the higher mind, today I'm kind of seeing it as maybe, what's that song back in the day was talking about, it's called My Little Town, and it was all about how the little boy, the man was talking about when he was a little kid, everything seemed like it was dark, like the Wizard of Oz, guys, right? Everything was drab, and then when she got to Oz, everything was brightly colored, like it is in this card, right? So it feels like whatever's coming in the future is going to definitely be better and brighter and bigger than anything you've ever experienced before, okay? Take that how it resonates. It's not, it's going to be different for everybody. And this is, I've shuffled these cards numerous times, guys. But again, I've got the warrior woman. What is it? Have you answered your deepest calling? And it feels like to me that a lot of people might be actually even saying, what is my deepest calling? But no matter what it is that you choose, you're having an initiation for it, and you've got passed on loved ones that are guiding you. And this, guys, this is future. This hasn't happened yet, okay? This just feels like this is just some of the energy surrounding an Aries, a Leo, or a Sag, okay? And again, come out of the cave, persecution, expression, okay? Everything's kind of dreary in the background, but everything's all new and sparkling in the future. More people need to stand up and use their voice, okay? Whatever it is, and if there's something you don't agree with, if there's something that you're seeing going on in your personal world, in your town, in your state, a lot more people need to speak up and use their voices. Stand up and be counted for something that you believe in, is what I feel like they're saying here, okay? And I think a lot of people are going to be doing that. Sorry, guys. Hang on. My ear's ringing again. I just keep hearing stand up and be counted. So in some sort of way, in the future, it just feels like more people are going to be speaking up for the earth, speaking up for children, speaking up for whatever it is you believe in. It just feels like all this new stuff's going to come in. I was actually kind of focusing on, more going into the future. And then the next card I've got is energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. So maybe this is even when you're going into the future, you even have more awakenings, more psychic dreams coming in, more psychic abilities coming in, maybe even feeling like you're physically not the same anymore. Does that make sense? And that's what I'm picking up on right now with this. Let me see, on the bottom of this is answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? So this kind of feels like there might be a little bit of maybe either too many choices or having several things you could possibly want to do and not quite sure which way you want to go with it. Again, it's going to depend on the person, but it just seems like there's a lot of this warrior energy coming in and telling and if guys, it feels like the universe is like holding its breath to me here lately. And I don't know if this is because we're getting closer to this, Pluto going back into Capricorn. But one thing I do know is the veil between the worlds is so thin, and they're coming in to help us. They're wanting you to know that even if you feel like you're by yourself, you are not. You've got some kind of ancestor or maybe they're even trying to guide you to doing something that you've never thought that you would do before. Okay? Take that how that resonates. It's not going to resonate for everybody in the same way. Okay? I'm going to also now do some, is there anything they might need to heal after some past trauma has, now that they can look at it dispassionately, is there anything else that they need to heal on with this awakening, new awakening coming in the future? So we're going to focus on this now, this awakening in the future. What would they need? Is there anything they can do to help themselves? Or is there any other messages you want to guide them to? This feels like more of an awakening on a grand scale during a new moon. We're in a new moon right now, guys. We're in a crescent moon energy right now because I looked it up today. How many times do you want me to cut this? All right. Right after this awakening card, we've got rejuvenate, recovery, time to heal. Okay? So again, it feels like something that somebody could possibly just healing, maybe some other internal thing, clear vision, confirmation, right timing, opportunity. So going into the future again, more people are still going to be healing, and then after this healing, a lot of more clear vision on whatever it is you want to create, whatever it is you're being called to do. And again, I'm feeling like more people, more groups. Take it how it resonates, guys. It's not going to resonate for everybody. Let me pull in a couple of more runes from my other deck, or my other set. Is there anything you want to tell anybody? Spirit guides, ancestors. Keepers of the earth. Breakthrough in the process of self-change, major growth coming in. And then we've got Hagalaz, which talks about elemental disruption. So it feels like in the near future, some kind of disruption again, but this one does not feel like it's on a personal level. This one feels like it's more of an expansion for people in general. Okay? And then we've got Perth, figuring out secrets, again, going into the future. But this doesn't feel like this is a person. This feels like a group thing right here. And then we've got Laguz, again, flow, which is the same up here. So it feels like after some kind of a block or some kind of secret becomes known, there's more fluid motion. And then we've got joy again. And then we've got strength. So it feels kind of like something in the future that people overcome, people in general. Maybe there's just a lot of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius in there. Anything else? More journey, more traveling on your chariot. And today I'm getting that message again of jumping on your chariot and people jumping on your bandwagon in the future. Again, this feels like this is something to do with maybe some of those fire energies that like to be on center stage, that like to start something new. Maybe this is you go into the future and start something new with this, because we have the magic prayer up here, right? So maybe when you do some more healing, go through another awakening with this warrior woman and this keeper of the energy and being wide open. Maybe something comes that you were not anticipating, they're saying. And it's going to open up a whole bunch of stuff. Guys, and then I got manas, which is microchism to macrochism. So this feels like somebody with this right opportunity here in the future. And this feels like after January, guys. After going into 2025, because that's kind of the year I was focusing on. This feels like somebody that, or a group that maybe even have, okay, I see. So this feels like at the end of this, going into the future, here, let me show y'all this. This feels like this becomes a group after another awakening happens, okay? Maybe a group comes up. Maybe a group called Keepers of the Earth comes up. I don't know. It feels like all of a sudden this group energy jumps in where before it was kind of feeling like one person. Now it feels like they join a group of some sort. Guys, I've been getting that message on and off for like 2 years now about groups. So breakthrough, right? Elemental disruption. Secret coming to light. So this feels like a group. At the end of this, you join a group or a group that has this huge breakthrough because of something in the news or something comes to light that causes a lot of disruption, unhappiness for a lot of people. Okay? A lot of elemental disruption. And and a lot of people are shocked because it's a huge secret. Guys, I'm kind of scrying a little bit here. And they're just showing me these people milling around and the secret comes to light. And a lot of people want to help, but there's a lot of fear. It feels like a lot of fear somewhere in there. And another group comes in to help the ones that are scared. And then they have a lot of flow and joy and strength because they know they're right or they've found out something. Some kind of paperwork comes to light. And they definitely pick up people across either the United States or from different places that get together and become very, very strong, become some kind of a group that either helps people or helps animals or stands up for those that cannot help themselves. And it's going to require a lot of courage for these peacemakers to come out and do this. And the powers that be are not going to like this. But it all starts with this one person. It all starts with this one person, and it just grows over time, guys. That's what I'm seeing here. And it ends up becoming a group. So maybe in the future, you're some kind of a leader you see or hear something, and you become the one that decides to be the courageous one to start this group. And y'all go help these people or this place, or you go somewhere and you help. And you're being guided there by your ancestors. After some kind of awakening, after it feels like it's at least 6 to 8 months from now, and that would be going into 2025. I mean, I'm actually feeling like a timeline here, guys. Like a balancing act of some sort. Peacekeepers of the earth. Or the peacekeepers. I'm hearing the peacekeepers. Is there a group called the peacekeepers? Does anybody know? But they help. They become a charity or something like that. They start traveling to other places to help those that can't help themselves. I'm hearing. Guys, take that how it resonates. I think that's they're kind of receding back. Now they're just saying, this is the peacekeepers. This is the peacekeepers. Or you become a peacekeeper. Something like that. and you get newfound courage, and it's something you've seen in the past is what starts all of this, is this ghost card right here, this ghost lands that you can now do. But you're okay with that, whatever you've learned from this, but some sort of way you just decide you don't want to see it again, you don't want it to happen again, or something. I don't know. Some kind of peacekeeper energy. All right, guys, that's what I've got for the fire signs. They feel like they've totally gone now. So take this how this resonates, but this feels like some kind of peacekeeper message that starts with one person or maybe two or a couple, that a couple of people that as they start going into the future, they start this peacekeeper group or helper group or something like that. All right, guys. I didn't mean this to turn into a 30-minute message. All right, guys. This is for Aries, Leo, Sag. It's not going to resonate for all of y'all. Guys, be a light in the darkness. Our world is going to be shifting and changing so much going into the near future. I mean, it feels like the universe is holding her breath. All right, guys, that's what I have for you. This is a peacekeeper message for the Aries, Leo, Sag. Right timing, opportunity, guys. Huge awakening. Lighthouse.